Happy Tuesday. It's way up. My girl Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand. Good morning, Angela.
Oh, we got to turn her mic on. Wrong mic. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Was it me?
Well, you know what? You're in a different seat because we don't know if Ray J's what's happening with Ray J.
All
but,
right.
You know, he's a very free individual.
Yeah, he's a free spirit.
Man, listen, there is so much for us to discuss today.
Yes.
I mean, this bridge in Baltimore, that is so sad. 20 people are missing.
That's terrible.
We'll talk about that this morning. I was watching that on the news.
Yeah.
And when I tell you it's an active search and rescue underway right now, but what a horrible, tragic thing to happen.
I went to Morgan State, so I lived in Baltimore for a while, and that's a very active and busy bridge.
Right.
It's terrible.
Yeah, so that happened, and then Diddy yesterday. I was in the middle doing an interview, and I looked at my phone afterward, and all these text messages like, y'all saw Diddy?
Yeah.
They raided Diddy's house. So we'll talk about that, of course, during YT, but we also have special guests joining us today. Krystal and Dedric Polite from 50/50 Flip on Hulu and A&E are going to be here.
Okay.
You know, I love talking about homes.
And real estate.
And real estate. But in the meantime, let's shine a light. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up and let us know who you want to spread some love to, who you want to shine a light on. We need that love and positivity, people. It's way up.
I'ma shine. Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Yes.
And I feel like we definitely need this love and positivity this morning. So today I want to shine a light on someone, Sharice Jones. She is the CEO and chief designer of Sassy Jones.
Oh.
It is the fastest growing privately held retailer in the nation. She's a self-taught designer, and under her leadership and vision, her brand has actually reached the 24th spot on the Inc. 5000 list. She's been named by Forbes as CEO of the top 25 small businesses that thrived during the pandemic. And so she also has started her brand in her kitchen and has scaled it to over $80 million.
Ooh.
And she's also doing work in Africa. They built 2 girls' dormitories to aid in menstrual poverty.
Nice.
So shout out to her. I actually met her when I was hosting something for Tabitha.
Okay, Tabitha Brown.
Yeah, Tabitha Brown. And so Tabitha Brown was actually wearing her clothes.
Oh, I like Tabitha's fashion, so I have to check Sassy.
Yeah, so you can follow her at Shop Sassy Jones.
Okay,
and
Shop
that's how you can
Sassy
see,
Jones.
Yes, more about what she has going on.
Cool.
All right, well, who do you guys want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150. Regina, who you want to shine a light on?
So it's my daughter's step team. It's called Step Notes. With a D at the end.
Okay, Step Notes.
So they had a competition this week for New York Edge. It's like an after-school program that's done in public schools, and they actually came in second place. And
Ooh,
they did an
nice.
amazing job. I want to give them a shout out because they worked really, really hard. Shine the light on them.
I love it.
All right, well, shout out to the Step Notes.
Step Notes and if you can, Miss Unique.
Miss Unique
is their coach.
Okay.
And she is like hands-on amazing.
Miss
Okay,
Unique.
well, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
All right, well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150, just in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. And I mean, we got to start it off with Diddy and all the details that we know thus far about his homes getting raided, who raided the homes, what does this mean, who's speaking out right now, so many different things going on. We'll discuss it in Yeetie. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot.
Let's get it.
Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that yee tea.
Come and get the tea.
All right, it's way up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
And I know you are following this story very closely on the Jasmine Brand.
Of course.
But Diddy, his houses in LA and Miami have been raided by federal law enforcement. Now, law enforcement sources have told TMZ that agents for Homeland Security are in the middle of raiding Diddy's properties. According to a source, the probe is being led by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York and carried out by the Department of Homeland Security Investigations Transnational Organized Crime Division. The investigation is all due to these allegations that have been put forth by several civil lawsuits filed in New York against Diddy with allegations of sexual assault, including one that was filed in December in federal court. And Diddy, as we all know, has previously denied those allegations. Mm-hmm. And, we did see that Christian Combs, Justin Combs, we saw them
detained.
Detained, but not arrested.
Yeah.
And now, according to reports, agents were authorized to search for documents, phones, computers, and other electronic devices that hold data or videos. And they said, again, this is related to an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. There's 3 separate lawsuits that have been filed in recent months where he's been accused of sex trafficking. And again, he has repeatedly denied this.
Right.
He did settle that suit that Cassie brought against him, but he still is saying that deciding to settle that suit was not an admission of wrongdoing.
Right.
Now, I'll be sure went and posted as well, 1 + 1 = you. And then he posted a conversation he was having with his doctor. And here's what that sounded like.
You had something called acute on chronic liver failure, where your liver got so sick so quickly that most people with that severity of disease will die of their disease within 28 days. Blood.
And I believe I was septic at the time as well. I was septic at 100 fever.
You were unresponsive.
And multiple organ failure as well, I was told.
Yes, multi-system organ failure.
All right, and I'll be sure has repeatedly have put up messages. When Diddy and Cassie, when that lawsuit happened, he had things to say about that.
Yeah.
And also when Kim Porter was killed, because he, that is Kim Porter's ex, that is Quincy's father.
Yeah. He always says, I feel like he's never really direct. He kind of speaks in like subliminals and,
he said, your time has come.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying he's
previously.
never, I just feel like I wish he would just kind of be more direct about,
It's probably hard because I think also with this post that he just put up that was detailing his sickness that happened really quickly.
Right.
People were speculating that they think that
maybe
Diddy had something to do with it, allegedly.
Yeah.
And so that's partially why it may be scary to come out and directly say things because people feel like that.
Yeah. And no, I'm not saying it's an easy thing, but it's just like maybe, he just does a lot of subliminals and I'm always like, okay, is he really going to one day just kind of bear all?
Because I feel like he has said it, enough that people pick up on it all the time.
On the clues,
but the private jet that he owned also left his residences as the raiding was happening.
Right.
And they said he was headed to Cape Verde.
Okay.
Cape Verde has no extradition treaty with the United States, so people are feeling like maybe he's doing that.
Whew.
Because he is aware that this could get uglier.
Yeah.
But again, he has not been arrested. They are still investigating, and we see a lot of people also responding on social media. Of course, 50 Cent.
Of course.
He said, Ish just got real. The feds in all the cribs. Damn, they got the kids in cuffs. Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done. They don't come like that unless they got a case.
Oh my gosh. And then meanwhile, everybody's looking at Young Miami.
Right, and saying everything she says now. They're like, did you watch the news?
Yeah.
Diddy also, Aubrey has reacted, and she said, what you sow, you shall reap. I pray this emboldens all of U.S. victims to finally speak on us victims to finally speak on what we have endured.
Right. She's always been pretty vocal.
She definitely has. All right, well, that is Yee T, and we'll keep you guys updated. When we come back, we also have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. We were together, which was nice.
Yeah.
It's way up.
So, about last night. Last night. Here's how it went down.
It's way up. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes. Good morning, Angela.
And it's about last night. Good morning. So yesterday I was at my place in Brooklyn, the Nourish Spot BK.
That was my first time there since it reopened.
Yeah, so that has reopened about 6 weeks ago. It's great. I have a Way Up juice there, so when you go there, make sure you try the Way Up.
Very tasty.
Very tasty, and it has great things in there because we put together a drink that has some of my favorite fruits and vegetables. So there's celery, there's watermelon, ginger, apple. So you can try it.
It's good.
It also will get you really regular. But anyway,
it will.
I was doing an interview for this GOAT series, just basically talking about all the things that I've learned in business, how I've got to where I've gotten to, how are you able to operate. And I was just telling Jasmine earlier about more things that I want to do. And then I was like, hold on, let me finish handling the things that I have on my plate right now.
Yes.
It's so hectic.
You have a lot going on. Like I told you this morning.
Yeah, so I just want to take some time because I'm going to be honest, I have not been having any fun when it comes to doing things financially. All my money is like tied up in different things in different places. I'm like, it's a struggle right now, but it's a beautiful struggle. At least you know that your money's going towards something.
Yeah, they're investments.
Right.
For
so
sure.
You may be cash poor right now, but it's a reason for it. But anyway, when we were leaving after the interview, there was a guy outside from the area.
Yeah.
He was on his way into the Nourish spot, and him and Jasmine exchanged some words. And then he was like, how am I supposed to get in touch with you?
Well, actually, he was talking to you first.
Not like
that. No,
just
he was
about
how
excited he was
to meet you.
The juice
and the juice bar is
there.
here. Yeah.
And to see me, you know, in the area, because he lives in the area too. But then, you guys started exchanging some words.
Yeah, we had a conversation.
And, you know, you're single. So I felt like,
Jasmine, why didn't you give him your number?
But do people do that now? Like, can you meet somebody
Strangers?
outside and just give them your number? Or because I feel like he could go and look on Instagram and then try to DM you that way. Or like, how do you meet somebody?
Yeah, how do you meet people now?
Because it's not like you just give your number out on the street. Or, or do you? Like, do people do that?
I don't know. I always, when I talk to guys, it's usually if someone knows them.
Right.
You know, like there's a common person that already knows. They could tell me about the person. That's what I like, when someone already knows someone that knows them. Or, you know what I mean?
Right. Because that's a bold thing to do, to be like, well, what's your number? I just met you on the street.
Yeah.
But
he took it fine. But
yeah. Maybe one day you'll see him again. But the other thing that happened is, while I was doing the interview, when I finished, that's when I went to look at my phone and everything was about Diddy. Diddy's house getting raided. This is happening. I want to know what you guys are thinking, because I'm seeing different reactions from people. Some people feel like, you know, he's being targeted for whatever reason. And some people feel like, good, your time has come. And we've seen a lot of people that have had issues with Diddy in the past now speaking out and feeling like, all right, this is what he deserves. But we want to see what you guys are thinking based on what you know about Diddy and watching this whole process take place, and how they've raided his homes, and, you know, Justin and Christian to be in cuffs while this is all happening. What do you guys think about this? 800-292-5150. What are your thoughts on Diddy? Again, that's 800-292-5150.
You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
I'm not just any brand.
I'm my own brand.
And these are some serious allegations against Diddy. And we can see how serious it is, as his homes have gotten raided.
Right.
And he was spotted at the Miami Opelika Executive Airport. He was pacing. Somebody filmed him outside of the customs office there. He's not being detained. They said he is not in custody. An eyewitness says that he was waiting on other people in his party there who were stopped and questioned by the feds as well. They're saying that he and his crew got stopped. He appeared to be aboard a separate private jet. That's when Homeland Security came as well. And we also saw a video of separate raids in LA and Miami that went down yesterday. According to reports, you know, this is a serious issue, and this has to do with sex trafficking.
This is very serious. When you have, you know, all these authorities and the Southern District involved, this is serious.
Yes, and the kids, we saw both Christian and Justin were in handcuffs. This is so tough for the children. That's really who we have to think about as well.
Yeah.
And they said law enforcement was walking through the house with guns drawn.
I saw that. I saw footage of that, Angela.
But they, you know, part of what they said was that they were told that he has armed security.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
That's why they were being super cautious with their law enforcement activities. And they also were saying that his plane, the flight path appears to be headed towards Cape Verde. And they also said the plane was in Antigua in the Caribbean.
Where is this plane?
I don't know, but people are tracking it, and I'm sure he has more than one private jet as well. But we want to know what you guys think about Diddy. 800-292-5150. Candace, how are you?
I'm awesome. I love you so much. So this is like the best day ever.
Thank you. We love that. What do you think about Diddy?
So I think we're in this era where we're seeing that people in really high positions of power that have always been there for a long time and thought they were untouchable are finally being held accountable for their actions. I understand some people's perspective, like, oh, they're trying to target him, because we've seen people be targeted.
Right.
But as a fellow black person myself, we can't just use that to cover up famous black person's actions either. Like, we have to also hold our own people accountable because we don't want to be victims of our own people.
That's a good point.
Okay.
That's a good point.
All right, Candace. Well, thank you for calling.
Thank you, and I love you. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you. I hope you do too. We love you too.
Oh.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Candace.
Hey, Greg.
How you doing?
Good. We want to know what you think about Diddy. What's your thoughts?
I feel like he has been a target to the media, to the internet, to everything. Now, with the casting situation, I'm not going to really speak on it. He took care of what he had to do with it. But ever since then, it's been a snowball effect of, like, he's gay, he's throwing boy parties. And, you know, all the internet just needs is a little bit of something.
Okay.
And they're just going to run up with it. And then, you know, you get the police involved. Now it's a serious situation. So I do feel like he's being targeted with some situations. And it's just a lot going on with him right now. And I do feel like he's being targeted ever since the whole Cassie thing did come out.
And, you know, you see Prince Harry was also named in a $30 million sex trafficking lawsuit against Diddy as well. But Prince Harry, he's not a defendant. He hasn't been accused of anything criminal, but he has been named in that lawsuit, too.
You believe Diddy is innocent? He's just being unfairly targeted?
I'm not going to say he's innocent because, I mean, well, you're innocent until proven guilty.
Okay.
I guess we'll know soon enough because they did take his phone. They took his devices and
raided his home.
Yeah. And so I guess that's why it's still an investigation. But they won't do an investigation like that unless they have some real hard
potential
evidence. So there's something that we don't even know about. All right. Well, thank you for calling.
No problem. Y'all have a good day.
You too. Hey, D.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you? We want to know what you think about Diddy.
It's unfortunate because I have been in love with him since I was like 14.
Oh.
But at the same time, everyone knows that the fans do not come after you until they have a rock solid case.
Right.
They have a 96% conviction rate. So I hope it's not true, but it's not looking good for my boy.
So crush is over.
She didn't say that.
It's over.
Okay. So I'm asking. All right, D. All right. Well, thank you for calling. And that's somebody that's a fan of his.
Yeah. He has a lot of fans because
Yeah.
he's been around for so long.
And people really admired him as an executive and things like that. But, you know, we see all these other. Now, Cuba Gooding Jr. has been officially accused, too, by Rodney Little Rod Jones Jr. He's been accused of sexual assault also. So there's a lot of names that are tied up in this, too. But we'll keep you guys updated.
Okay.
And when we come back, we have Yeetie. I'll give you some more details on that as well. But let's also talk about some other things like movies in the works. And this one, I definitely want to see. We'll tell you about it. It's way up.
They say it's truth in the rumors. From industry shade to all the gossip. Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
All right, it's way up. I'm here, Jasmine Brand.
I'm here.
It's here. Let's get into some Yeetie. Let's do some more Diddy stuff. You know, we didn't get into details about this, but Prince Harry has now been named in a $30 million lawsuit. And that is by Rodney Little Rod Jones. He filed these documents last month. He said that guests were drawn to Diddy's alleged sex trafficking parties because of his access to celebrities like famous athletes, political figures, and international dignitaries like British royal Prince Harry. To be clear, Prince Harry is not a defendant. He hasn't been accused of doing anything wrong. He's just named.
He's in close proximity to being around, hanging out in these kind of circles.
And listen, some people may not have any idea. I've been to a Diddy party once.
What?
It was New Year's Eve.
I know.
It was New Year's Eve. I was with, I don't even want to throw people, but I was with Roxy.
Okay.
And,
Roxy Diaz.
Yeah, Roxy Diaz. And it was New Year's.
What time did you leave?
We left while the party was still in full swing. So
okay, so you didn't get to see any of the good stuff.
Yeah, I was probably there for like an hour. It was too crowded for me. I was like, this is too crowded. Let me get out. But, you know, we did a little pass through. Now, another person has been accused of sexual assault and harassment, and that is Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, cool.
Little Rod has now accused him of sexually harassing and assaulting him. And according to representatives for Diddy, he did not immediately respond for a request for comment, but he says that Cuba Gooding Jr. began touching, groping, and fondling his legs, his upper inner thighs, near his groin, the small of his back, near his buttocks, and his shoulders. He said he was extremely uncomfortable, leaned away from him, rejected his advances, and he did not stop until, according to Little Rod, he forcibly pushed him away. And he says this did happen on a yacht that was rented by Diddy back in January of 2023. Now, Cuba Gooding Jr. has not been charged with any crime.
This is not the first time there's been this kind of accusation around
Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had other allegations.
Yeah, this is not the first
accusations as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now Kevin Hart has taken a major loss. He sold his Bored Ape NFT for a fraction of what he paid for it. Remember when Bored Ape was like what everybody was trying to get and spending so much money on these NFTs? So he spent about $200,000 on it in Ethereum, and now he has sold it for about $46,000, which I'm surprised it's even worth that much still.
That's a loss.
Yeah, I mean, it's a loss, but, you know, I didn't think it would be worth. But Justin Bieber actually owned some that was valued last year at $59,000. He paid $1.29 million.
Oh, my goodness. I'd be sick. Well, I guess if you had that kind of money, it's not. I'd be sick to my stomach.
Be sick. Yeah. That's still a lot. All right, now Wu-Tang has announced their new Las Vegas residency. They did their first run.
Okay.
And shout out to my best friend. She went and took her son and her son's friends from school to Vegas to the residency over the weekend.
Okay, how was it?
She said it was great.
Okay.
She really enjoyed it, and Redman was there too with Method Man. So
nice.
A lot of hits that they run through. So now they have announced they're going to be extending their concert series with 2 more shows this fall. And Maxwell has announced his tour dates with Jasmine Sullivan. It's called the Serenade 2024 North American Tour. So Jasmine Sullivan and then rising singer-songwriter October London. That kicks off September 14th in Hollywood, Florida, and it wraps up October 27th in LA. And anybody who wanted to see Playboi Carti, his tour has been officially canceled. He said he was going on tour, bringing his entire Opium label with him, but things were getting rescheduled, and now it's been canceled. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar, but one major story we have to talk about today is that bridge collapse in Baltimore. Right. So we'll discuss the details that we know so far. It's way up.
This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
Woo, all right. Well, this was a tough story for Under the Radar. Today, I'm Angela Yee. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
So a massive cargo ship crashed into a major bridge in the Baltimore harbor. This happened early this morning.
Right.
It stuck the Francis Scott Key Bridge, and there's a search and rescue effort underway. There's divers and emergency personnel who are looking for at least 7 people who are believed to have fallen from the collapsing bridge. Now, what did happen? They believe that this was an accident. It's too early to know all the facts, but they said there's certainly a good chance that the ship lost power and drifted into the bridge. So it was a ship that crashed into the bridge. And there's video from the incident. It shows the container ship that had smoke coming from it, colliding with the bridge support. It caused a lot of that structure to collapse. And they said the ship's lights appeared to turn on and off multiple times right before the collision. All vehicle traffic has been rerouted. But what we do know so far is that 2 people have been rescued from the water.
Right.
Crews are still searching for others, according to fire officials. 1 person rescued was taken to the hospital in very serious condition. The 2nd person rescued denied medical treatment.
Ugh. This is, thank God this didn't happen in the middle of the day or during rush hour, or, this could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, and they are still looking for missing people, for injured people. The Coast Guard is actively involved in search and rescue operations. They are planning to rebuild this bridge.
Yeah, it's a very important bridge. It is super busy. Super busy.
It's a state of emergency in Maryland right now. They're working with an interagency team to quickly deploy federal resources from the Biden administration. But again, they do believe it was not tied to terrorism. It was an accident. They said the ship was moving at 8 knots. That's considered really fast. And the bridge was up to code, so it wasn't an issue with the bridge. It seems like, again, a power issue. So an estimated 30,000 vehicles cross that bridge every single day, according to the Maryland Transportation Authority. So we are definitely praying that the people who, that people do get rescued and will be okay. But again, our thoughts, our condolences, prayers with everybody who is affected by this. The immediate focus is search and rescue right now. And
absolutely.
They said there weren't too many occupied vehicles on the bridge. They're trying to figure out how to get the port open. But again, not an easy thing to watch. And
yes, sad, super sad.
Really sad. And that is your Under the Radar. Now, you know, we do have the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. Plus, we have 2 special guests joining us from 50/50 Flip.
Okay.
That's on Hulu. We have Krystal and Dedric Polite. They're a married couple, and they do flips. And so you'll get a chance to talk. We'll get a chance to talk to them because real estate is always really important. People want to get into that business. They're a married couple who's doing the work. So we'll talk to them about it. It's Way Up.
Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes, I'm here, Angela.
Let's do this Yee T. Simon and Portia. This whole divorce filing is so ugly right now. Now Simon is claiming that Portia brought a gunman to their home and that the police were called. He said she brought the man on 2 occasions. During one instance, he had to call police to maintain the peace.
Oh my gosh.
And he claims that she had people harassing him in an effort to force them out. But she was saying that he locked her out of the marital home.
Which is probably why she allegedly brought a gunman.
Right, so maybe that is why. And he also is saying that she took calculated steps to marry and divorce him shortly thereafter to intentionally trigger parts of their prenup for personal financial gain and greed.
This is going to be good on Housewives this new season.
Now, she does not want him to destroy any financial records. In the meantime, he has demanded reportedly that she not delete text messages between her and a mystery man while they're in the midst of this divorce.
Sorry, I'm too excited for this. This is a lot of content.
So according to these documents, he's notified her to keep all physical evidence, including all communications she had with a man named Kelvin Owusu Ansa.
Oh, he sound African too.
So don't know what's going on here, but
okay. I wonder, does Fallon feel vindicated? Simon's ex.
She's probably just sitting back like, minding my business. You can have those problems.
You got it. Mm-hmm. That's all you, girl.
Sexy Red. She was on her Instagram stories and she said, Duty Logan looked me dead in the face and said, you ain't wait 6 weeks, did you? Sure it didn't, Boogie. What's wrong? Right?
Yeah, I think, 6
and
weeks
she
is
said,
supposed to
she said,
wait.
baby, I would have got cracked in my hospital bed if I could have. What's going on?
Oh. She got a serious sex drive.
She is Sexy Red.
How long do women wait?
Now, there's no specific time frame regarding sex after giving birth, but they said many healthcare providers recommend waiting to have sex until 4 to 6 weeks, regardless of the delivery method, because the risk of having a complication after delivery is highest during the first 2 weeks after delivery.
Yeah, and you can get pregnant really quick afterwards.
And they want to give your body time to heal.
Recover,
so,
Okay.
Look, Sexy Red going to tell you.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that's going on.
We gonna know.
In her life. All right, and Brescia Webb and her husband, Nick Jones Jr., have welcomed their first baby together.
Yay!
And she posted, when the pregnancy got hard and veered into complicated territory, you courageously grabbed us by our hearts and led us to your birth. When we were scared, you were brave, living up to your name. Welcome home, Brave.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, congratulations. That baby's going to be so loved.
And so brave.
All right, well, that is your Yee T. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. Any question you have, here we are to help you out. It's Way Up.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts. All you should know. This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here with me today.
What's up?
And I already told y'all, it's time for Ask Yee, where we want to help you out. And no question is off limits. But you also can leave a voicemail, and we'll respond to those as well.
Okay.
Now, we do have a voicemail question for Ask Yee today. Here it is.
So recently, I've engaged in sexual encounters with more than several women, and I came home with some sort of STD or disease that leaves my private part greenish when I use it. What should I tell my wife? Thank you.
All right. Well, a few things going on here.
More than a few.
Yeah,
Jesus
so
Christ.
he cheated on his wife. This is exactly why cheating is not a good idea.
Right.
When things like this happen, and clearly he was not even protecting himself.
The nerve.
Yeah. And so now it's time for you to face the facts that you really messed up this time. And you could give your wife a disease. And sometimes when women get an STD, it may be asymptomatic, meaning that she may not have those symptoms. So fortunately for you, you at least know that you have something. Hopefully, first step, go to the doctor, find out what it is, because you still haven't identified what it is. Hopefully, it's something that is treatable with this discharge that you've been having, this greenish discharge.
So I just looked at green discharge.
It's probably like gonorrhea or chlamydia.
Gonorrhea. Trick, gonorrhea or chlamydia. So those, if it's just that, then he can take some medication and be cool.
But unfortunately, you may have, if you're sleeping with your wife, given her this whatever disease it is that you have as well, and she may not have any idea.
Yeah, that's
and so she needs to know, because she is going to have to get checked. This is a safety issue, and if you care about your wife as a human being at all, now you're going to have to be honest.
Yeah.
You cheated. I don't know what's going on in your relationship, if you even want to be with her anymore, but you're not doing her a favor by staying with her and cheating on her if that's not where your heart is.
And also, if you're going to cheat, you should protect yourself at a minimum, right?
Minimally, at least cheat.
He said several
the
women.
Right way. Yeah. And listen, you're also supposed to tell anybody you've come into contact
that's a
with
responsible thing to do,
that you have an STD, because they could potentially have it too. You could have given it to someone. We don't know which woman gave it to you, but the responsible thing to do is to let all parties involved know that you have an STD. You need to go to the doctor ASAP.
Yeah.
Find out what it is, get treatment for it before things turn out even worse for you. You have to tell your wife, I cheated and I ended up getting an STD, and you definitely need to get checked out. And I don't know if this relationship is anything that is salvageable. I don't know how she's going to react.
I hope she cheats on you back. Sorry. Just kidding. I'm not kidding, though, but go ahead.
But in all reality, there's no way around telling. You have to let her know.
Yeesh.
And it's time to have those tough conversations. Maybe it's time for you to admit that this is, not
working
it for you.
maybe.
Or if you have a problem, then there's time for you to get some help.
No, he ain't got no problem.
I can't judge. I don't know what his whole situation is.
Right.
I don't know what's going on in their relationship, but it's not fair to endanger somebody's health.
You're 100% right.
In that manner. So let's take care of that first, and then whatever needs to be worked out or not worked out after that, you'll have to deal with that next. All right? And that is our answer for Ask Ye. When we come back, we have a married couple that does not cheat on each other. Krystal and Dedric.
What a transition.
They're from 50/50 Flip. You can watch their show on Hulu. 2 seasons already done. 3rd season on the way. It's way up.
Turn it up. You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and I have 2 special guests here. They're married, they're a couple, but they're also television hosts, Dedric and Krystal Polite from 50/50 Flip.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Thank you. It's definitely a pleasure.
And y'all know I love talking about some real estate, and I like to talk about real estate with people who are actually doing the thing, because we get to see you on TV as you go through the properties that you acquire, and then different things happen. You sell them. Sometimes you partner with other people to develop these properties. In one case, I think you paid for this rehab of a property for the women to move back in. And so for people listening, can you just talk about how you guys got into becoming real estate investors?
I've been interested in real estate since I was a little kid. I've always wanted to become a real estate investor. I bought all the books, the tapes, went to seminars, but I was more of a wantrepreneur at first. It wasn't until I met my wife, and she's really a serial entrepreneur, and she was the one who pushed me. It was like, hey, don't overanalyze it. We're going to do this. And we got into real estate probably about 7 to 8 years ago. And real estate is what changed our life. And now we're financially independent through investing in real estate, got a TV show, and we're passionate just about sharing that information with other people, how they can build wealth with real estate.
And Krystal, you guys, after 3 properties, you guys realized that y'all were making more in real estate than at your jobs, right?
Yes. So we strategically planned our exit. So, a lot of people get in real estate and they be like, oh my God, they do one deal and they're ready to jump ship from the 9 to 5. We was like, we're not going to do that. And we strategically planned how I was going to exit first, right? So Dedric and I both had W-2 jobs. We were making more from his job. So over the course of a year, we said, okay, every quarter we're going to pocket a percentage of your paycheck. So we are able to learn to live off of just one income. And that's what we did over the course of a year. But we also did it that way so that Dedric's W-2 job could be our first private investor. We used and leveraged his W-2 to buy as many rental properties as we could before he left his job. And we wanted to make sure that we had built up our passive income so that it was able to sustain us.
Right now, I'm talking to Krystal and Dedric Polite. They are a married couple, and they're the hosts of 50/50 Flip on Hulu. Would you say the kitchen is the most important part of the house?
Yes. Kitchens and bathrooms sell houses. And when you are trying to, even for us at the price point for which we are doing it, if you pick that house up and you put it in Charlotte or New York, it's $500,000 to $1 million home. Mm-hmm. And we're putting it on the market for $300,000. at a starter price point, but we're giving you your forever home, right?
Luxury finishes.
And it didn't cost us an arm and a leg, even with the finishes and everything that we put into the house, because of how we source our material, where we get our materials from, and how calculated we are, even with the budget, that you can give the people affordable luxury in these homes. And I think that was what's key for us as well, is that we give people that forever home on a starter price point.
What are some things that you can skimp on when it comes to pricing or when it comes to different things in a house?
I would say flooring. We'll put down luxury vinyl plank, which is like that snap and click flooring. And instead of spending 10, 20 grand on new hardwoods, luxury vinyl plank may cost you $6 to $8 grand. And it looks really good.
I would even say cabinets. A lot of people still are going to the big box stores. Well, we don't. Source your materials straight from the wholesalers.
So you Google wholesale cabinet distributor in New Jersey, Brooklyn, and try to find that wholesaler versus going to the retailer that's going to mark it up 50%.
And if they're not in New York or New Jersey, have them ship it from North Carolina already assembled, and it'll cost you an extra $200-$300.
Listen, you guys, this is amazing, and y'all offer training as well. Where can people find the training?
Yeah, Be Polite Properties on Instagram, BE Polite Properties. That's our Instagram, all our social media. We do free trainings all the time because, like I said, this information that we learned and we implemented changed our life, and we know it can change other people's family tree. My wife always liked to say, it's not about how many doors we own, it's about how many doors can we open for other people through sharing, generational wealth.
And it's free training.
Yes.
Yep. And you guys are establishing a nonprofit?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Community Redevelopment Corporation, right, for affordable housing.
All right, we have more with Krystal and Dedric Polite when we come back. They have a show on Hulu. Season 2 already done. Season 3 on the way. It's called 50-50 Flip. You know I love talking real estate, so we'll discuss more with them when we come back. It's Way Up.
Turn it up. You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and right now, live in the studio, they're a couple, but they also are in real estate. Krystal and Dedric Polite, the host of 50-50 Flip on Hulu. And Dedric, you guys met in Boston, right?
Yep.
At a gas station.
At a gas station.
What type of game did you have to get Krystal to even?
He looked good in the suit.
No, I was working as a pharmaceutical rep. I had my little suit on, my company car, and I saw her, and she was the most beautiful woman I ever saw. So I approached her, gave her my business card. She gave me her card.
Did you pump her gas for her at least, or?
You the only one who done picked up on it.
I forgot about getting gas.
You the only one
I was so mesmerized
on it. I still to this day give him stripe. I'd be like, he looked good, but
he didn't.
The only negative
we're
is
in the independent woman era. I didn't want to get slapped for trying to pump her gas, but I did get the number, and we ended up going on a date, and here we are.
Our first date was a business meeting.
She was interviewing me.
What do you do for work? Are you an entrepreneur?
What's your 3-year goal?
What is your 3-year goals?
What's
your
your
5-year goals?
Score?
What's your credit score?
You asked that on the first
I sure
date?
did. I said, what's your credit score? He said it was like an 810 or something.
Wow.
And then he was like, well, okay, well, what's yours? What's your credit score? I said 540. He was like, wait, you gonna ask me? How you gonna ask me mine? And I said, listen, it would not have excluded you had you had a 540. But now I know how we need to move. And how I need to move. I said, because look, I just rebuilt my credit. I just got everything off. I needed to know whether or not I had to rebuild yours too.
So we can't both have bad credit.
Krystal, why was your score a 540?
I was coming out of college, and
they give you them credit cards.
They give you them credit cards.
Amex cards.
Right on campus. And they're like, here, I done got hit. I had like 2 American Express cards.
Ooh.
And I done went shopping and had no idea. Now,
how was I going to pay that bill?
They don't educate you.
I did the same thing in college. I ran my credit card bills to the limit, and then I didn't even open them.
Didn't look at them.
Yep.
They should be illegal because they get these college students.
It should be.
But they're on the campuses targeting you.
Right now, I'm talking to Krystal and Dedric Polite. They are a married couple, and they're the hosts of 50-50 Flip on Hulu. And how long before he proposed?
Well, you got to tell the part about how you told me to go. I wasn't ready for you.
Kick rocks.
I wasn't ready for the relationship.
When we met, I knew I was going to marry him. But once we went on that first date, he came back. He was like, I really want to be with you. And I was like, you're not ready. He was like, wait,
that was
what?
in my late 20s. I was still partying and living my best life. So she was right. I was not ready, even though I knew she was the one.
I said, you're not ready. I said, listen, I want you to go off for a year, party, travel the world, sleep with girls, come back in a year. And if you are ready, still ready then, and you want to pursue this, then we'll revisit this. My only stipulation was you couldn't have any children. A year went around. He came back. I was in a relationship.
Damn, you done moved on.
She was in a whole relationship when I came back. My whole face was cracked. Like, really?
Nowhere in that story did you hear me say I was going to wait. Now, but I did say, if you ready, come on back around in a year.
No, she leaves out that she ghosted me when I came back, and I'm trying to get back in touch with her and rekindle the flame, and she wouldn't answer the phone. She wouldn't respond to text messages. I'm like, what's going on? So then I go and show up to her apartment, and I'm like, I know she see me call her. I popped up. I don't do crazy stuff like this, but her car was outside. So I'm like, I know she's home. So I go into the building. I'm at the door listening. I'm trying to hear her breathe. And at that point, I realized I was crazy. I'm like, I don't do crazy stuff. I'm not the crazy type, right? But I was like, I love this woman. Like, I'm in love. So, yeah.
Yeah.
She finally slipped up one day and she answered the phone. I called her like 3 a.m. randomly.
Oh my God.
She answered the phone by accident, and she hasn't been able to get rid of me ever since.
So you kicked the other guy to the curb.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I'd love to see it in the season 3 on the way.
Oh, listen, locked and loaded.
Okay.
We're slated to do, we're contracted to do 4 seasons.
Well, make sure you guys watch 50-50 Flip. You can still watch seasons 1 and 2 on Hulu right now. So that's on A&E also.
Yes.
Okay. Dedric and Krystal, Polite. Thank y'all so much. Is that the real last name too?
That's
yes,
real
last name.
Our motto is it costs nothing to be polite.
Oh, that's nice. We love it.
We appreciate you for having us, Angela.
Well, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank
you. True fans, Angela.
Thank you. You can watch the full interview on my YouTube channel on Way Up With Yee. And when we come back, you guys have the last word.
Pick up the phone. Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard. What the word is. Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
I know you're running to catch that train to D.C.
I know. I'm on the move. I have a dinner I have to go to, and then I'll be right back early in the morning.
You're a trooper.
I am.
You do all that. You run the Jasmine Brand, and you're a mom.
Mm-hmm. Many hats.
We love it. And shout out to Neffy Walker. She's celebrating her anniversary of her store, The Black Home.
Yay. Congratulations.
Yes. So shout out to her. And also to Mashonda, who's in town, and my girl Ingrid Best from I Best Wines. Okay. They have an event tonight at Casa Cipriani. I know it's not open to the public, but you know, it is what it is. But, you know, I just love to see all of us.
Yeah, doing our thing.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing to see. And also, shout out to Krystal and Dedric Polite. They are the hosts of 50-50 Flip on Hulu, really doing the work when it comes to pouring back into the community, but also creating wealth for their family and for other people, too, by flipping these homes and showing you how it's done.
Especially in a relationship together.
Yes, and they're together. They're married. And their story is so interesting. You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel on Way Up With Yee. I know a lot of people called in today to weigh in on their thoughts about Diddy. So let's let you guys have the last word.
Hi, I'm Monet from Atlanta. I wanted to comment on the whole Diddy situation. I just really think that with all the authorities coming after African American men who have violated women within the industry, that a lot of the Caucasian men should be brought upon charges and outed. Just like you had a couple days ago, you were talking about the whole Nickelodeon situation. Why have none of their houses been raided?
Hey, what's going on, man? I just feel like, man, at the end of the day, man, you innocent until proven guilty, man. I don't feel like he should be blackballed just yet. But the way he was moving around in that video at the airport, man, it may not be what they talking about, but he ain't doing something right.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.